Hey guys, mindless me here, bringing you guys a little bit of Godus Beta. Figured I would show you guys kind of how the beta is going as of right now, and let you check out some of the features and everything they do have added in at this time. When you start out the game, you'll see that you have a pretty small area. It's probably about this big, maybe a little smaller. It's kind of skinnier. I've added and expanded quite a bit because I've been playing this one for some time. But as you can see, I've got settlements and stuff in here that kind of help me out. I'm just going to kind of run through and show you guys a little bit of the features and everything that's going on and kind of give you just a first impressions that I have of it. As you can see, some of the houses and everything are kind of connected here. This is because of a feature that's a settlement. Now, normally you would have to actually click on each little individual house to get your belief, which is, you can see in the bottom left corner. However, the settlements allow you to collect it all from any connected house. So as you can see, I collected about 5,000 right there. So, it's definitely a big plus. Now, if you guys are spoiler not so friendly, I would probably stop now because I am going to show some locations of stuff that's in the beta. So, just kind of be warned that if you continue watching, you will see spoilers. And if, you don't really care, just keep watching. So, as you can see, you're going to eventually find shrines. That one is actually the multiplayer shrine. Once you get to 11 of 20, it kind of stops because that's where the beta is stopping right now. You have to get into the Bronze Age. Sorry guys, can't talk. Before you can do any more, and as of right now, that's not part of the beta. So, but once you kind of keep expanding, which you do by these little shrines right here, once you'll run across one that's broken, and you send a few little guys over, they'll repair it. Some of them can take some time, so be patient. But once they fix those, it's going to allow you to click on it, and then it'll expand your area out even bigger. And there is a limit. As of right now, it's pretty good size. I'll actually show you guys the entire area here in just a few minutes. But as you can see, there's another statue over here, or monument, I guess to say. And that one actually doesn't do anything as of right now. I'm assuming it may later. And here's another one. This one actually connects you to your friends list on Steam, which is kind of handy. And as you can see, this is more area that I've expanded out in. The land sculpting is a blast. Peter Molyneux wasn't lying when he said that he used to sculpt all the time. It's very addictive, and as you can see, well, I mean, even just from this area down here, I mean, I've built 2 entire settlements down here, so that took a while to expand out. You get more abilities and things to kind of help you, so it does get easier as you progress. Yeah, mind the burning trees. That was, yeah, we'll get to that here in just a minute. um, but yeah, basically, you can expand out pretty far. Obviously the areas outside, okay, well, obviously I could click that tree, but anyways, normally you can't click anything outside of it. So, as you can see, this is a very, very big area for me to build in. Not even really gotten close to building in all of it. I've got around 2,500 followers, so I'm going to need quite a bit more to be able to build in all of this. There's some swamp. We'll get to that here in just a second. Actually, let me get rid of that menu. And of course, hey, look, there's a huge head in the ground. Um, this one is, there's an area, if you actually kind of do the cliff face like I did, it was out about halfway over this face. And if you notice, you can't build on top of it. Well, if you start digging, you find this large rock. Well, if you keep digging, you realize that the rock is a giant bust in the ground. Don't know what its purpose is there, but hey, why not? I'm assuming at some point there will be a reward if there's not already. You may have to completely dig it out. As you can see, I've not yet. It does take a lot of belief to do so, so I would imagine there's a decent reward for it. Now there's also the gems here that you can see. You will have a couple multiplayer matches where you kind of learn what they are, but essentially you can use them to buy stuff. Now it has been a lot of people that's been complaining about a play-to-win game because they've seen that the gems are purchasable on the market. Now I don't have issues with this. I'm just going to go ahead and give you my opinion. If it's a ability to speed up your play style, go for it. Does not bother me a bit. You know, if people want to pay for gems to be able to get stuff faster, then that's fine with me. But now, as long as it's not an actual play to win, because as I've seen, once I get my mining unlocked, then I can actually mine out these gems and then use them to purchase stuff as well. So it's one of these things of, do you want to take the patient road to where you actually do it yourself, or do you want to buy gems and do it faster? That I have no problems with, because it just depends on what you want to do and how much time you have to invest. So that's my opinion on it. But now let's see. I'll show you guys some of the features that they have in here. Let's go up to the top here. Alright, so obviously you have your sculpt land, you have your place totem. The place totem, you guys have probably already seen, you place a totem down. Any people that are not in their houses, or if you click on the little guy and then place totem, he's going to basically follow you mindlessly over to the totem. And then once he gets there, you can deactivate. Okay, so that's out of the way. We have the settlements, which I showed you guys earlier. The first few settlements are actually purchasable by belief. However, once you get to that point, they start going to gems. So your first one will be like 50 gems. The second one is 100 gems. I don't have 100, so haven't quite done it yet. Let's see, we have the Statue of Speed, which basically speeds up your followers in a certain area. We have Beautify, which if you have this blight, you can make it all pretty again, and you don't have to worry about all the ugliness of the blight, which is all rainbow unicorns and butterflies. Yeah, I don't know. You just have to look over me from time to time. Actually makes the trees bigger, apparently. Didn't even realize that before. And then, of course, you got your champion. In multiplayer, he's very useful. If you're trying to win it by basically annihilating everyone, which normally you will be, you can pop out a little champion. He's like 3 times the size of any of your followers, and he's very mean. So yeah, he can handle his own. You've got your Finger of God, which, as Peter Molyneux said, you can finger your people, which totally not safe for work. Anyways, you can destroy houses, destroy people. In multiplayer, you can use it as well to just wreak complete havoc on your enemy, and it's actually very satisfying, to be honest. Your Statue of Exploration, if you put it down in an empty area, like up here, basically what it'll do is any people inside of that area will automatically come out of their houses, so you don't have to actually click on each individual house to make them come out. It can be very useful for expansion. Now, the only thing that concerns me is I don't know what they will do when they don't have anything to build or explore, so it could be interesting. Let's go on down here. We have the swamp, which basically makes a little area of swampland. It's rather interesting. I don't know if it's the same thing as the blight or if it's a little different, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see later on. And of course, I'll go ahead and explain the burning trees. You have the meteor strike, which is kind of the reason this whole hillside has been burnt off. I've done a few of them, so yeah, we'll move on. You have some other ones: Armageddon, Temple of Healing, Temple of Happiness, Statue of Fertility, Earthquake, Tidal Wave, Tornado, Volcano. So it's kind of a balance between destroying your people and helping your people. So, kind of depends on what you want to do. So far, it's pretty cool. These haven't been unlocked. I don't know that you can unlock them this early on, since they've only got it very limited in the beta as of right now. So we may have to revisit it later and show you those. So now that we got that, let's check out some of the progression stuff. Show you guys. As of right now, they've only got the first, I guess, age unlocked. Primitive age. There's the Bronze Age and so forth and so on, and as you can see, it actually goes on pretty far. So I'm assuming that this could get to be a very interesting game, especially once you get out of the Bronze Age and stuff. And of course, once you start out, you have your commandments. These are, I'm assuming, randomly done depending on your playstyle in the beginning. Don't know if they change or not. Just have to wait and see. They may change per age, they may not. I'm not really sure where they're going with it, to be honest. Once you go on and start out, well, once you start out and then go on, let me rephrase that, you'll pick up cards. These will basically unlock abilities, they'll unlock houses, they'll unlock different things. As you can see, there's faith cards, society cards, science cards in the beginning. And I'll just click on, say, this one. And as you can see, they're allowed to build better houses. Now, if we move on to some of these, you'll see that we can unlock some of the totems, smart sculpting, and then here's some resources which I have a little bit of multiples of. And these are used to complete some of the other cards. Weird, not sure why I went back. We have the Beautify card, Statue of Speed, all those that we used, you have to unlock those. So, okay, let me go over here. These are some of the ones I haven't completed. As you'll see, once you pick up a card, which the cards are dictated by followers. So once you have so many followers, the card will appear, and then once it appears, you have to collect so many of each resource to actually unlock the card. So on this one, I need two more pieces of coal, 3 more picks, and 2 oak wood. Now, I obviously don't have those resources or it would be completed, but I can buy them if I do want to. So I could go over here, there's coal, and it's about 30 gems per each one. So if I wanted to actually buy that, I could do so. Not really too inclined to do it right now, but may later. And as you can see, there's the champion card, swamp. So it's going to be interesting to see what all they have unlocked later. But, I mean, as of right now, even with it being just in the first stage, the game has been a blast. And I can only imagine it's going to get a lot more fun later. Because, you're going to be able to unlock so much more. I actually did just recently unlock the bigger house, which is like a 4-tile house. So, it's going to be a little interesting to play around with those. But I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't picked up Godus, or if you were just kind of thinking about it, if you were a fan of any of the old black and white games, or just like the general, sculpting and, feel and play style of that type of game, then I would highly suggest picking it up. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and it can be a blast to play around on. The land sculpting is beautifully done. I mean, the team did a great job on it. It can be a little irritating at times until you get used to it. I will warn you of that. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just, you have to get used to it. Everything has its limitations. But, once you get used to kind of messing around with it, it can be a lot of fun to play with. Even when you run out of things to do, you can just build land. Everyone wants to build land. But anyways, but yeah, I mean, check it out, see what you guys think about it, and, once they get the multiplayer stuff hooked in, and everyone is actually connected in on the server, and you start seeing neighbors building up next door, it's going to get pretty interesting. And, not only that, but the multiplayer stuff is cool, and once they get that hooked in with everything, actually playing against other people, the AI is not the best, and, other people tend to act a little more randomly, so you really never know what's going to happen. Speaking of, I'm going to actually explain this. Alright, so when you go in the multiplayer, you'll fight other people, and they have some set up for, just the purpose of, showing people the multiplayer from the get-go. Well, once you beat them so many times, or something of that sort, they will actually come to join your world. So I actually have 2 of them. I've got Amy, and this dude lives way the heck over in the mountains. There he is. I got P Plimer. B Plimer, my bad. So yeah, I'm not sure if I have any more. I think it was just those 2. But, they come to join you, and you can kind of go on with that. But, it's interesting. I'll just leave it at that. But, if you guys, like I said, if you guys are interested in it, definitely pick it up. If not, give it a little bit of time. Wait till things develop a little more. And I'm sure that this game is going to offer something that you're going to like. I'm sure, any of you out there who like Civilization would probably like it as well. because it actually, you know, gets rid of the turn base, adds in a little bit of functionality, and hey, you know, you've got Civilization with ages basically that's no longer turn based, and is, I don't know, it can be a little more gratifying to play, honestly. But, you know, appreciate you guys watching the video, and, you know, check me out later on, because we'll definitely be doing something else. Once they add some more things into the beta, I'll definitely be making another video or two showing some of the features. So, you know, hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll catch you later.